Good morning, students. So today here we are going to see few questions from mathematics 2 which can be asked for 1 or 2 marks. So already everything has been completed. Your revision is done. So let's see which type of question can be asked here for 1 marks. Okay. So since all revision has been completed, so simply just so let's see few questions. This questions has been actually from your Navneet set and some of from the others also. So let's see the first question. One of the question is given to you. A side of an isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle. So the isosceles triangle is 7 centimeter. Find its hypotenuse. Find its hypotenuse. So before solving this question, so let's see all the basic things. What is here? A side of an isosceles triangle is given to. Since a specific triangle is specified here, we must know what is meant by this triangle. So can anyone tell me which triangle is called as isosceles triangle? Yes, anyone? Which triangle is called as isosceles triangle? Yes, anyone? Okay, who is raising hand here? Yes, Kushi, can you tell me? Which triangle are said to be isosceles triangle?
Two sides are equal and
Very
one side
good.
is different.
Whose two sides are equal is simply called as isosceles triangle. Suppose these are the two equal sides. Any two sides can be equal, right here. So we will call this as an isosceles triangle. Again, can anyone tell me the few different types of triangles here? Since all these are the basic things. So while solving the 1 marks, 2 marks, obviously 3, 4 marks question, the basic is very, very important. So you must know all the basics. So can anyone tell me the different types of triangles here? Which are the different types of triangles? Anyone? Yes. Which are the different types of triangles? One is isosceles triangle. Suppose one is the right angle triangle. So you know very well in right angle triangle, one of the angle is equals to 90 degree. Which is the next type of triangle? It is very easy, students. So which is the next type of triangle here? Yes, anyone? Very easy triangles are there. This is isosceles. This is right angle. Another one? Yeah, very good. Who is this? Kushi Saroj. Yes? Kushi Saroj, can you tell me this one?
Ma'am, acute triangle is there now.
Which triangle?
Acute triangle.
Acute triangle. That is acute
Yes, ma'am.
angle. We don't have acute triangle actually. We have acute angle. This whose angle is less than 90 degrees. I'm not asking angle. I am asking about the triangle, students. Yes. Then here, who's this next? Kushi? Kushi Bano?
Equilateral triangle.
Yes. Which one?
Equilateral triangle.
What is mean by equilateral triangle?
Ma'am, three sides are equal.
If all the three sides are equal, to that triangle we call as equilateral triangle. Another type of triangle? Yes. Only 3 types you are telling me. Can anyone tell me few more types of triangles which are required in your 10th standard? Yes, Kushivano, your hand is raised. So can you tell me? No problem. So let's see. Okay, one is isosceles. 2 sides are equal. Next is equilateral. 3 sides are equal. And one more triangle is there. That is scalene triangle. Which that is scalene triangle. This scalene triangle, all the 3 sides are different here. Okay, so these are the 3 main types of triangle: isosceles, equilateral, and the scalene triangle. Next is right angle. This you know very well. Again, in this question, what is given to us? We are given one isosceles triangle. In that isosceles triangle, one of the sides of an equilateral triangle, just a moment. Okay, so in this, one of the side is given to us 7 centimeters. Now, since it is isosceles triangle, both the two sides are equal to us. That is, this is also 7 centimeter and this is a hypotenuse. Now, what is mean by hypotenuse? Hypotenuse means the side which is opposite to 90 degree. Right here, the side which is opposite to 90 degree to that side, we call it as hypotenuse. Now here, which will be the 90 degree? Definitely, since these two sides are given to us, this will be the 90 degree angle, and the side opposite to 90 degree, then this side is your hypotenuse, and we have to find out this one. Again, you know very well, if hypotenuse we are having, that is, if we are having a right angle triangle, directly we can use the Pythagoras theorem and find out this. Simply use the Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras theorem, firstly let's name the triangle. Let triangle ABC be an isosceles triangle. This is an isosceles triangle. Okay. So where the side of iso, two equal sides. Suppose I am saying AB is equals to BC, which is equals to 7 centimeters. Since it is isosceles, and one of the angle, suppose angle B is equals to 90 degree. Therefore, your AC will be equals to hypotenuse. So we have to find out this one. So simply use the Pythagoras theorem. Therefore, by Pythagoras theorem, what is the Pythagoras theorem? Hypotenuse square is equals to sum of the remaining two sides square. Okay, so hypotenuse square is equals to sum of the remaining two sides square. So that is AB square plus BC square. Simply substitute 7 square plus 7 square, which is equals to 49 plus 49. And simply solve this one, and you will get our required answer. Okay. So that is equals to yes. So it is 161 here. So this is equals to, therefore our hypotenuse, this is equals to your hypotenuse square. This is equals to 161. Sorry, it is not 161. Is equals to, and that is equals to B is equals to hypotenuse is equals to your 14. Okay. So in this way, simply we have to solve this one. That is, find the use the Pythagoras theorem and solve that. Okay. So the next question is given to us. This type of very easy questions to learn. So you must know the basic here. Once the basic is clear, you can solve the questions very easily. So the next question, I'm not writing that question now. So one figure is given to us. One circle is given to us. In that circle, one angle and one arc is given to us. Suppose this is angle angle AP, B. And this is your arc here. Suppose A, C. What is the question here? In the figure, measure of arc ACB is given to us, that is equals to 110 degree. Then we have to find the measure of angle APC. So what is the given here? I'm writing the given directly. Given measure of arc ACB is equals to 110 degree. We have to find measure of angle APB. So can anyone tell me how to do this one? Yes? Our ACB is given to us. We have to find out APB. Yes, can anyone answer this question? Yes, anyone? Hey, Kusika, hand raise. Yes, Lakshmi from. Yes, Lakshmi. Yes, Lakshmi, you can unmute yourself and answer this one. Lakshmi. Okay, not Lakshmi, then who is this? Rahul. You can unmute yourself.
Miss 17.
17. 17 कैसे बेटा?
मिस 180 में से 110 माइनस करेंगे.
180 में से 110 माइनस करेंगे. क्यों माइनस करेंगे 180 में से 110? Can you tell me the reason for that? This arc is given to you, that is equals to 110 degree. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. What you are saying me the answer for the major arc APB. We have not asked the measure of arc. We have asked the measurement of angle APB. So these are the very silly mistake, students, which you do in your exam also. क्या पूछा है आपको? We are asked the angle. We don't have asked to find the arc here. We are given the measurement of this arc. We are to find the measure of this angle. The answer is for whatever you are told. You are told for the arc. So for arc, it is right. This is equals to 70 degrees. Says the measure of whole circle is it is 360, not 180. That is also wrong. What is here? We know that. No need to write this one since the question is for just for 1 mark. But for your understanding, I am writing this. If angle is made because of that arc, then the measurement of that angle is actually the half of the arc, because of which it is made. Why? Because this is your one of the theorem here. So using that and directly getting that measure of angle APB is equals to half of measure of arc ACB, because this angle is actually inscribed in this arc here. So using that, we are getting measure of angle APB is equal to simply, if I do clear this one, it is very easy, students. Angle was asked. So since this angle is inside this arc, so the measurement of this angle is half of this arc. Here, any doubt in this question? Anyone? This is for doubters question. Mein. If anyone having any doubt, they can ask me. No? Very good. Now let's see the next question here. The distance between since there was a confusion, I want to clear that confusion. Look here. The circle is given to us, right? There are two types. If this is suppose here A, this is point B, suppose this is C. So what is here? This is your angle ACB. Now, this angle ACB, how it is formed? It is formed or it is inscribed in this angle, right? It is inscribed in this angle ABP. So the measurement of this angle is actually half of this arc here. But yeah, if I am writing this angle ACB, then I will say that it is half of this arc AB. But if I am writing now this as ACB, arc ACB. Now the total meaning changes here. Now we don't have to do anything with this angle. We don't have to do anything with this angle here. Now the question is regarding this one, regarding this angle, this arc ACB. Okay, so how to do this? The total segment. This is the smaller one. So this AB is called as a minor arc. Since this is the bigger one, this is called as the major. And you know very well that minor arc plus major arc, this is equals to 360 degrees. Why? Because the measurement of the whole circle is actually 360 degrees. So minor plus major is 360. Now the rest is the easiest thing. If you are given, suppose like this is 110 is given to us. So what you are going to minor arc 110 plus major arc plus major arc. This is equals to 360 degree. And now this is the very easiest one. Major arc is equals to 360 minus 180. Okay, so this was that. This is the next another type of question. So you must be clear what you are asked, whether you are asked the angle, whether you are asked the arc. Accordingly, you have to answer the question. Now let's see the next question. Now here, 2 points are given to us. The distance between the points, 2 points we are having. The points are, and the next point is L and M -7 -2. So we have to find the distance between 2 points. So how to do this? Can anyone tell me how to do this one? Yes? तो बता सकेगा? Distance between the 2 points. How to find the distance between any 2 points? Yes, Lakshmi.
मिस डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला लगाएंगे.
So what is that distance formula?
Root x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 square whole square.
This x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. Right here, since we have the distance between the 2 points, we have to remember this formula. That is the distance formula. So by distance formula, we are having under root of x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket square. Again, which is x2, which is x1, which is y2, and which is y1? Yes, these are our 2 points L and M. So this is L. For u minus 8, can I consider this as L x1 comma y1? Yes. Can I consider this one?
Yes, miss.
Then next is my M, that is -7 comma -3. So this can be written as M x2 comma y2. So accordingly, I'm having the values of x1 y1 and x2 y2. So this implies my x1 is equals to 5 and y1 is equals to -8. Then my x2 is equals to -7 and my y2 is equals to. Now all the 4 values we are having. This most easiest part, simply use all this value, put in the formula, and we will get our answer. This is by distance formula. Substitute, solve that one, can get this. Yeah, x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 bracket. So remember this thing. If the distance is asked, find the distance between any 2 points. Simply use the distance formula. Another question can be asked. The 2 or 3 points will be given to you, and you have to find the distance between the midpoint. So at that time, we can use the formula for the midpoint. Okay. Now let's see the next one. Okay, now the next question is actually from the. Yes, Sonu, do you have any Yes,
टीचर एक बार फिर से समझा दो ना,
ठीक है,
एक बार फिर से बोल दो ना टीचर.
one of the value of one trigonometric ratio is given to us. So cos square equals to, yes beta, which one? Distance formula. Yes, what you told just now. Distance formula और फिर से समझाओ क्या? We are given doing for the distance formula, right? The 2 points L 5, minus 8, which can be represented as L x1, y1, and your next point was N, that is equals to minus 7, minus 3. So this can be represented as M x2, okay. So once this is done, what we are going to do properly, so you can substitute in the formula. Here, x1 is here. What we are taken, L is equals to x1, y. The first is representing x1. So here, which is the first one? 5 is the first one. Therefore, we get that our x1 is equals to 5. Then, next is y1. So for the L, our next number is minus x. We will go very well. First one indicates the coordinate of x. Second one indicates the coordinate of y. So we have named that x1 and x2. So here we get y1 is equals to minus. Similarly, here first term represents x2. Here for n, first one represents minus 7. So x2 is equals to minus 7, y2. Here y2. The second one is minus 3. So here we got y2 is equal to minus. Okay. Now the 4 formulas are done. What was our question? We have to find the distance between these 2 points, the distance between L and N. Since distance was asked, therefore we are taking by distance formula. And our distance formula is Lm is equals to under root of. In this lesson, the formulas are very, very important. So please do that formulas very well. Okay, so this is your distance formula. Simply substitute the values in this formula. Which value? This one. This 4 values. That is equals to under root of x2. That is minus 7. x1. It's 5. Minus 7 minus y whole square plus y2. Where is y2 is minus 3 minus y1 is minus 8. So minus plus. So it is 8. Remember, student, one more thing, that writing this type of example inside the room is when you are writing something inside the room, and suppose it is x2 minus x1 bracket square plus bracket square. And most of the time what happens, in a hurry, we don't take the sign of square root up to this one. So here, the meaning of the question or the meaning of the formula changes here. Now, obviously, the examiner knows what is that meaning. You solve according to that, but still, the examiner is very strict. He will not give the marks for this. So while writing this formula, make it very clear that how you are writing this. Since your formula is to come up to this only. Don't do like this. If you are writing up to this also, sometimes the examiner can minus your marks. Be very careful while writing this type of formulas. Your square root sign must be properly taken. Here also, up to of the formula. So please do this. Sign of square root that should be properly. Okay. Please do please do. So this is minus 5, and it's minus 12 square plus minus 3 plus 8, that is equals to plus 5 square. Okay, so can you do this? 12 square 144 plus 5 square 25, that is 169. If you solve this is equals to 13, right? Square root of 13, which is equals to 144 minus 12 square. Minus square is plus 12 square 144. 5 square is 25, which is equals to 169. 169 is the perfect square of 30. So when it will come outside of the square root, we are getting this equals to 30. And that is the distance between the 2 points L and M. Okay, now clear this is. Hope so now this is clear. Okay, now let's see the next question. Only the 60 you are having student, and from that Pythagoras. बोलो.
थैंक यू
Yes.
टीचर हो गया हाँ
Okay,
टीचर
okay.
डाउटफुल
ठीक है. Okay, so similarity, Pythagoras, circle, geometric construction, coordinate geometry, and trigonometry. So from this, Pythagoras, all are the important. But Pythagoras, one of the very important and one of the easiest questions. So please do that lesson very well. Next, geometric construction and coordinate geometry. Again, these two are the scoring one. But only the tricky one is the circle here. Why? Because circle there are most of the theorems and you have to apply all that things. So sometimes it is difficult to do. The next is the similarity. Again, in similarity, since most of the part is reduced, so that is also the easiest part. So please do the 1 marks and 2 marks question. Again, you know very well, for doing the 1 and 2 marks question, solve the first and second exercise from your textbook. All the questions will be asked from that one. And don't skip any solved question from your textbook because that helps you solving in the exercise questions. Okay? So trigonometry, that's the easiest one. So let's see one more question from trigonometry. So here, value of cos square theta is given to us. Is equals to 0.64. What is the question? Find the value of sin square theta. Find value of sin square theta. In short, how to do this one? Can anyone tell me how to do this one? Cos square theta is given to us. We have to find the value of sin square theta. Again, from trigonometry, what you have to remember, the first and the most important thing. In the lesson trigonometry, you must remember the table. That is, means all the values of trigonometric ratios for their degree. For 30 degree, so for 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and 90 degree. Remember the values of all trigonometric ratio for this 5 angles. This is very important. This is because this will help you solve the questions for trigonometry. Next important thing which you have to remember, the identities. Yes, if you know the identities very well, you can solve the questions for trigonometry very easily. Now here, cos square theta, sin square theta, one of the famous and the easiest trigonometric identity. So what is that? We know that. But we know that sin square theta plus cos square theta. This is equals to 1, right? So simply substitute the values and solve with your regular method. So here, the value of sin square theta will be, this is 1 minus cos square theta. That is 1 minus 0.64. Solve this one, we will get our answer. Sin square theta, we have asked the value of sin square theta here. So this is equals to simply 0.36. So value of your sin square theta is equals to 0.36. Again, I told one more thing, that is solving this question. This question must be completed within 30 seconds. So how it is completed? If you know, this is the tricky one. Tricky means this is the thing in Maths 2 which you have to remember. The formulas, the identities. If you know all these things, the theorems, then Maths 2 is also the easiest. So in this, again, the next identities are for relation between the tan square theta and sec square theta. Next is the between cosec square theta and cot square theta. The same identities are there, so you have to do. Again, I just want to ask you one thing. Do you know how to remember the values of trigonometric identities? That is for the 5 angles. Should we do that completely since our question was there? ठीक है, एक quickly हम लोग ये कर लेंगे. Just a minute. Look here, just a quick revision on this because this is very, very important one. Once the answer sheet comes in your hands, do this thing. On your back paper, take a signature of your examiner that you are doing the rough work there. You know this, for doing the rough work, you have to take the sign of the examiner. Which are the trigonometric ratios? The sine theta, then cos theta, tan theta, cot theta, sec theta. Next is the cosec theta. Okay, so these are the 6 trigonometric ratios which we then which angles we have. First is the 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and the last one is the 90 degree. So whether it is compulsory to remember all these values, remember the values of all the trigonometric ratios for all this angle, definitely no. But I am saying, once you get the answer sheet in your hand, on a rough paper, take the sign of this examiner and draw this table. If you less than 1 minute you are required for this. 0. Just like this way, and only remember the values of sine theta. What I am saying, only remember the values of sine theta for all this angles here. Once you know this one, your answer is easy. So value of sine 0 is 0, sine 30, 1 by 2, sine 45, 1 by root 2, sine 60, root 3 by 2, and sine 90 is equal to 1. Okay, you have to remember just this one. The first 0, half, 1 by root 2, 3 by 2, and 1. This is done. The rest you can do very easily. So how do this? This is cos theta. The values of cos theta are actually the reverse of sine theta. What I am saying? The reverse of sine theta. So simply right now, start from here. Here it is 1. Don't need to look here. Nothing, no necessary. 1. Next this is root 3 by 2. Write down next root 3 by 2. 1 by root 2. Next is half. And finally the 0. What I just written the reverse values of sine theta for the cos. Next is tan theta. Now again, you know the relation between sine, cos and tan. Tan theta is actually sine upon cos. Yes, sine theta upon cos theta. So look this. 0 upon 1. 0. 1 by 2 by root 3 by 2. 2 is in the denominator. So that get cancelled. And we get this is equals to 1 by root 3. 1 by root 2. 1 by root 2 divided by 8. Directly it is divided. Cancel. So it is 1. Again root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2. So that is equals to root 3. 2 get cancelled. And 1 divided by 0. Okay, you know anything divided by 0 is actually not defined. So this is equals to 5. So 1 divided by 0, this is not defined. So here we are having this is not defined. Sometimes we can write here here. So we used to write not defined. The tan theta, then again cot theta is actually reverse of tan theta. Simply, how we are done for the cos theta, same we are going to do for the cot theta. Right now, not defined. Then next is root 3, 1, 1 by root 3, and 0. Easy? This sec theta. What is the relation? You can use any of the sec theta. Sine sec theta is equals to 1 upon cos theta. So simply use that 1 divided by cos theta. So 1 upon cos theta. 1 by 1 is 1. Then 1 divided by root 3 by 2. Then simply you are going to take a reciprocal of the second go ulta kar. That is 2 by root 3. Then here root 2. 1 by root 2. So we are reversing. That is root 2. 1 by 2. So reverse 2, 0. 1 by 0. So it will be not defined. So this is not defined. Now, cosec theta is again the reverse of sec theta. So it is not defined. So 2 root 2, 2 by root 3, and yes, student. So it is very easy. You can remember this one. So just remember the values of sine theta for all these 5 angles. Once sine theta is completed, cos theta is the reverse of sine theta, tan theta, sine by cos, and ये पे divide करो. Divide, you will get this one. And cot theta, reverse of tan theta, sec theta is 1 by cos theta. Okay, once cos theta is done, cosec is the reverse of cosec. Clear this one? Any doubt on this one? So we are having, I can see one more time. So we are going to see few questions here now. So let's see a few question. One of the question is given to us. What triangle is given to us? In that triangle, one angle is given to us 90 degree. The length of hypotenuse is given to us, and we have to find the sum of the square of remaining two sides. The question is something like this. Triangle PQR is given to us. Angle P is equals to Q is equals to 90 degree. Hypotenuse PR is equals to given to us something 12 centimeters suppose, and you have to find the measure of remaining square. This you have to find. How to do this? Can anyone tell me? Very easy question. We are not going to solve this one because this is very easiest. Yes? Can anyone tell me how to do this one? Hey, koi? Yes, Lakshmi, Sonu, Shifa. Anyone can answer this one? Who is this? Danish. Yes, Danish. Bolo. You can unmute yourself. Yes, Danish. Raise your hand. You can unmute yourself and answer the question. नहीं unmute कर पा रहा है? Okay, no problem. हाँ लक्ष्मी बोलो.
Miss PR square.
PR square? Yeah, this is equals to PR square. Means what happened here? Here simply right angle triangle was given to us in which we know the measurement of hypotenuse, and this is so this formula is actually this is equals to PR square, and hypotenuse square is equals to sum of the two sides square. Then we substitute the values. We are getting this is equals to 140. Let's see the next one. Yeah, all this one. So look here. Okay, these questions are based on the basic theorems which you have learned in your classes. What is your student? In this figure, the meaning of arc AXB is congruent to C by D is given to us. Arc AXB is congruent to arc C by D. Then what is the next given thing? We are given that measurement of E is given to us. So that is equals to 6 centimeter. Then we have to find what we have to find? We have to find the next measurement. That is, we have to find the measurement of chord CD. So let's see. Okay, one of the very important, the easiest. Why important? Because these are the basic for theorems, the basic corollaries from your lessons. So you have to remember this. You are given the two arcs are congruent. Which two arcs? This AXB. This arc is congruent to this arc. Again, what is that theorem of corollary? That if the two arcs are congruent, then you know that if the two arcs are congruent, a chord is made in between them. It is made because of the chord, this AB. Because of this chord AB, the arc AXB is formed. Then because of this chord CD, the arc C by D is formed. And since the two arcs are congruent, you know this very well, that if the arcs are congruent, the chords corresponding to the arcs are also congruent to each other. So therefore, directly here we will get, since these two arcs are congruent, AXB is congruent to arc C by D, you can directly say that this implies chord AB is congruent to chord CD. Why? Because these are the congruent chords, these are the chords of congruent arcs here. So therefore, these two arcs, these two chords are also congruent. So this implies directly chord CD is equal to, chord AB was given to you 6 centimeter. So your chord CD will be also equals to 6 centimeter, right here. So simply we are use the formula here. So this one is the easiest one. Okay, we have time. We can solve one more here. I think we have time for 2-3 minutes. So let's do this one. Okay. One is regarding the midpoint. So use that formula. One of the important one again, based on the important theorem, that is on the basic proportionality theorem. This is very, very important to know. The theorem also and the example asked on the theorem also. These two are very important. Why? Some figure will be given to us like this one. What is the basic proportionality theorem? The basic proportionality theorem says that if a line is parallel to any one side of a triangle, then the two ratios which are formed because of that line, the both are congruent to each other. This is the basic proportionality theorem. The theorem is also very, very important. It has been asked most of the time in the question paper. So do this theorem very well. And the questions are also easy. So this type something is given to us. This is 2, 3. This is 4. X means what we have to find? We have to find the measurement of QC. The question is like this. Line PQ is parallel to line BC. The measurements are given to us. Then find the value of X. What I said? By basic proportionality theorem. Or shortly it is say as BPQ, right? By basic proportionality theorem, since PQ is parallel to BC, we say that this side's ratio is equals to this side ratio. That is EP upon PB is equals to EQ upon QC. Okay. Now simply substitute the values. 2 by 3 is equals to 4 by x. Solve using our regular method. You will get this. 2x is equals to 3 4 are 12. So x is equals to 6. Okay. So the basic proportionality theorem, easiest one. The question asked on that one, they are also easy. So do this very well. Next, from the similarity, the areas of ratios of triangles, that you must do very well because most of the questions are asked on that also. From the MCQ also, for 1 marks also, for 2 marks also, for 2 marks also. This time, area of triangle is ABC. Area of triangle PQ. What is this? Base into height by base into corresponding ratios of corresponding triangles. Again, base is same, height upon height for both the triangle. If height is same, base upon base. So do this 3 corollaries very well. On this also, most of the questions are asked. Okay, so we are completed for today. If anyone having any doubt, they can ask. है किसी को कोई doubt? Should we stop here? Yes, I think no one having doubt here. Okay, ma'am. I have completed that. Yes, so it's Nandini. पूछो Nandini. Yes, Nandini, you can unmute yourself.
यस मैम, मुझे वो रिटर्न एक बार एक्सप्लेन कीजिए ना.
कौन सा बात?
वो आप डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला था ना, हमने यूज किया था.
डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला. बहुत बच्चों को डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला में प्रॉब्लम है. वही ना? x minus x1.
यस मैम.
Remember the distance formula is x2 minus x1 bracket square plus y2 minus y1 brackets. This is the distance formula. So for this, you must this 4 वैल्यूज x2 x1 y1 y2 क्या है ये आपको पता होना चाहिए। तो जो भी दो पॉइंट्स आपको दिए, सपोज यू हैव टू फाइंड द डिस्टेंस बिटवीन पॉइंट P and Q, राइट? सपोज योर P is x1 y1, your Q is x2 y1, ठीक है? इसको इस तरह से रिप्रेजेंट करिए। सपोज you are given the values of is given to us, suppose 7 minus, okay, suppose these are the values given to, that is the coordinates of P and Q. So this is x1 is equal to 2, y1 is equals to 3. Next, x2 is equals to 7 and y2 is equals to 3. Simply put these values in this formula, you will get your answer. Okay? Yes, Nandini, आया समझ में?
Yes, ma'am. नहीं
Okay, ma'am. I have completed. Yes, ma'am, I have completed. Ma'am, it's completed. ठीक है, किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो पूछ सकते हैं तब तक. Anyone having any doubt? Whether I am having time or should I stop here? Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, should I stop or should I continue? I completed actually.
Yes, we'll stop here, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.